Chocolate eclairs are hands down my most nostalgic dessert growing up. And what makes this dessert so special is my great grandmother made my mom a cookbook when she was in high school. And in the cookbook has a pate de choux recipe. And my mom has used this recipe to make eclairs in the past. She's used it to make profiteroles. And my grandmother used it to also make chocolate eclairs. And my great grandmother used it to make like cream puffs that she would stuff with cheese. And the thing I love about this pastry is it can be savory or sweet. But today I'm gonna make it sweet. I'm gonna start off by making the pastry cream. And this is the pastry cream that I learned in culinary school. And I practiced quite a bit at home. And my son, my older son to this day, asked me, can you make me that pastry that has the fruit on top with the cream in the inside? So maybe I'll save some of the pastry cream to make that pastry for him and also reserve it for our chocolate eclairs. While working on my pastry cream, I started thinking about my friends in culinary school, side by side, making this and hoping that it turned out okay, especially having to make sure to temper the egg mixture and whisking it continuously. That 2 minutes of whisking felt like a lot longer. Now you put it back on the heat and you have to whisk it for exactly 2 minutes. This is where you get your arm workout in. Almost done. One more minute. Once done, I spread the pastry cream on a baking sheet and put it in the fridge to cool. I'm starting to make my pate de choux pastry. And I'm gonna be using my great grandmother's recipe. Her name is Effie Harris, which I thought was pretty cute. And it's been passed down from generation to generation. And this is actually the first time I'm gonna use her recipe, so I'm excited to see how it's gonna turn out. Making her recipe was really a lot of fun. And as I was cooking, I noticed that the dough started to pull away from the sides and form a ball. And there was a thin film forming on the bottom, so I knew it was ready to go in the mixer. I incorporated the eggs one at a time, and now it's ready to pipe our pate de choux. I piped it on the baking sheets, I brushed it with egg wash, and now it's time to go in the oven. Once cooled, we're gonna pipe our delicious pastry cream inside. I lightened up the pastry cream by folding in some whipped cream. And I used a piping tip that can pierce the pastry to inject that delicious pastry cream filling. I made a quick chocolate ganache, and now it's time to dip our eclairs. All right, now for the fun part, to dip it in our chocolate ganache. Here we go. Look at that. Now I must try it immediately. See how it tastes. Look at that filling. This definitely brings me back to a time when I was a kid eating these chocolate eclairs. And I just actually found out, my mom, I think she might have made them once for us, but we also got chocolate eclairs in the grocery store that were frozen. They were pretty good too. So I hope you get in the kitchen with your friends and family and make this delicious, nostalgic treat.